Hey, welcome back to the Virgo Channel. My name is Laura. I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid. Roles can be reversed, flip it, switch it, twist it. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. I hope that my computer is not going to freeze. Noticing that it's freezing a little bit. I bet you that ties into this reading somehow. Like someone is like a frozen from not moving, you know? I mean, if you're new to the channel, you know that I like to dive deep into my readings. So I don't like to just look at what goes on the surface. We look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes within your experience. Gives you an opportunity to see things from a different perception, which a lot of times is healing all on its own. But it really allows you to look and see how you also contributed to the undesirable life experience that plays out. And what you'll also know is that experience tends to repeat itself, meaning like you feel like you've lived the same experience, it's just with a different person. Maybe even a different scenario, but the karmic theme is still the same, whether it's I'm feeling not good enough, I'm feeling not valued, I'm feeling not loved. All those are shadows because you are perfect. You are the energy of unconditional love. You're the energy of God. God made you in his image. You are perfect. However, we're all born into families and societies that teach us and teach what works for the norm. But what works for the norm is not a one size fits all society. So understanding also why you created these behaviorisms and habits, and looking at who you are today, you could also realize that a lot of those behaviorisms and habits don't suit who you are today. Then that's what actually is keeping you in the past. And it could be keeping you bound to a person, which is kind of what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like you may be connected to someone that you're bound to them and you kind of outgrew them. And I feel like maybe the person is bound to somebody and they outgrew them. There's this type of energy that I'm feeling. All right, now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. I want to thank everybody that's been playing. I'm going to pick, I think by the end of the week, I'm going to go to every single video and choose a few people because I'm going to start doing lives. I haven't really been doing lives because my husband is not well and schedule is difficult and I have a lot on my plate. But I feel like no time like the present, might as well jump right on in. So keep playing, keep writing the word of the video in the comment bar because I'm going to be doing lives, like I said, every day, a few times during the day. Really need to do that in order to grow the channel, and which tells me also that things may be getting turbulent in my environment. And a lot of times the universe will bring us what we need in order to keep our focus on what we're doing and to become something new. A lot of times transformation happens this way because it's the end of one life and the merging into another. And this happens again, it usually is uh, a turbulent transition for everyone. For me, I know it's going to be when my husband transcends. He's sick right now, and so that's why life is turbulent. So, like I said, I'm kind of feeling as if I need to do. It's a little share right there. Anyway, and thank you again for playing, is my point of even sharing that, and keep playing because I'm going to be doing those live readings. So again, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. And the word of the video is not the video. Someone wrote that. I thought that was cute though. And what was I going to say? And any important information you can find in the description box below, all right? So like all other important links. And if you want to enter into my psychic soul healing coaching program, if you're someone that feels like you have a lot of shadows, you definitely want to check out the description box, find the Patreon link, because my shadow healing coaching comes with inner child healing, shadow healing, reparenting, and all the healing modalities to heal the effects of trauma. That's really important because what can happen is we can clear our mind, integrate the spiritual blocks, But that energy is still held within our body, because remember, your body is the mind's faithful servant. You've already conditioned it to think a certain way, to be a certain way. So a lot of times anxiety just comes on, and then the thought of why we have anxiety can come on later after the actual emotional trigger. And so that's because we've held on to energy, and the energy may be the thought pattern, but even though you've integrated it, you've trained and conditioned your nervous system. So people that get anxiety would also be. So I'm actually feeling like someone is bound. You could be bound to somebody that you really have outgrown. And when you think about this person, you get anxiety because you're like, I care about this person, but I also don't want to be with this person because I already see, but we have such a strong connection. So there's a sense of, I don't trust myself. So again, Virgo, this could be you or your person or both. And a lot of times, if it's a soulmate twin flame relationship, it's both, because there's a lot of mirroring. Like, I don't want to deal with this shit. Well, I don't want to deal with it, but I like you, but I like you too. So you need to change. No, you need to change. And what winds up happening is no one changes, because you can't get what you want being in a place of resistance. If you want love, you have to be, again, in a place of receiving, which means you have to be able to be, you need to trust the person. You need to have an open heart. A lot of times we go through experiences that we don't understand why they happen, and we have a closed heart. We don't even realize that we do, because we say, no, I'm the giving one. No, I'm the open one. No, I do this. You're conscious of what it is that you would like to be, like returned, the energy returned, meaning you're aware of what you want, but you now don't know how to get it. So what it is it's like you're showing that person what you want. And so when you show a person what you want, there's a sense of, I don't believe I can have. And if you don't believe you can have, you're in a place of resistance. For all those that said, I have an open heart. It's like, if you've gone through trauma and it hasn't been integrated, you don't have an open heart. It's because we protect ourselves. We protect ourselves. We don't know how we're protecting ourselves. That's the thing. Behaviorisms are unconscious. That's why we do these type of readings. Neglect, self-neglect. And I'm feeling like you're connected to somebody that has no hope. And so when a person doesn't have anything to look forward to, what do? They let themselves go. But what's the root cause? They feel like they're not deserving. They're feeling like they're not good enough. And that's, I feel like you're bound to somebody that has energy like this. And it's, this person expected you to neglect yourself. They wanted you, and they didn't expect it, but they wanted it. They wanted it. And they act confident about it as if you were going to give it, but they weren't really confident. So the energy is neglect, self-neglect. And like I said, I feel like you're connected to someone that is just like sitting there like a damn couch potato, thinking that they're going to wait out the storm, you know? And understand they do this from a place of detachment. They do this from a place of being disassociated, because they've shut off their emotions and their feelings, because we can't just sit there forever and feel bad about ourselves. We have spirit inside of us. We have God inside of us. We have free will, but we are not allowed to karmically be out of balance. I mean, without there being consequences. We're allowed to do it, but there's going to be consequences. And the consequences are the undesirable life experiences that play out. And I feel like your person, like you said, you're connected to this person that is almost like depressed. And now you could also feel this energy too if you are a soulmate twin flame type of relationship and you're tapped into this person. When you tap into this person, you feel really depressed, heavy, or you don't feel them at all. And if you're not feeling them at all, it's because they're in an addictive behavior. They're in a cycle. And so I feel like this person bounces from being manic which is like they need to control, busy, 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 to I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to be a couch potato and not really take care of myself, because both of those places of consciousness, we're not taking care of ourselves. We're not showing up for ourselves. I mean, being manic, like when the job is never good, it's because you're not present doing it and you're not aware of how you're coming across. It's a survival mechanism. So I'm feeling like your person is in a place of survival. Now, I don't know why I felt all that, but we're going to see how this story ties in, because that's like heavy. That's some heavy shit. It's like person like is so depressed, feel powerless. And the thing is, I feel like they feel powerless because they don't want to come back and actually apologize and do the actual work because of their pride. Like, I don't want to be blamed. Don't want to be blamed. It's like, because I feel like this person tried to make you jealous with other people. I think they played a lot of games. Stubbornness, inflexibility, again, my way of the highway type of energy when you met this person. Like, I don't think that you really asked for anything, but this person made you feel as if you were hard to love. And it's because they don't believe that they're lovable. Again, so they need to be safe within the relationship. So they put these unrealistic demands on the people that they actually like, which is what sabotages the relationship, because there's almost so many tests that you have to like pass in order to be let in. And this person is actually looking for the problem. And the thing is, when we're disassociated, we're never tapped into our intuition, tapped into our ego when we're disassociated. It's like because you're coming from your feelings, and if you're wounded, everything that you're viewing is filtered through that wound. So the behaviorisms are going to be aligned with that. So I feel like your person comes across as manic and someone that either is completely out of your life and ghosts you, but then when they're around you, they have diarrhea mouth. Like they won't shut up. They have anxiety because there's a need and there's a desire to want to connect. And that's because there is a God part of self. We're all born that way. And even no matter how many shadows we get, we still have parts of ourselves that are pure unconditional love. Attachment, dependent, addiction. Didn't I say this? And I said all of it. I said attachment, like again, karmic people, again, addictions, because I'm not going to be able to be present and deal with my emotions because I don't deal with them. Now, I realize I don't deal with my emotions? No. And it's all a subconscious thing. And it's because in childhood, I was taught not to utilize that part of myself. I was taught not to trust myself. And I was around a person that was very like someone that gaslit. This is the energy of your person that they're saying. Like I was around that type of energy. So everything does have to be my way because I'm always coming from a place of survival. I don't trust myself. That's why I'm codependent. I mean, attachment is that. Dependency is dependency on anything. Is that this person has so many shadows that, when you keep trying to come from your persona, you're not coming from the true self, the higher self. So everything you manifest is going to be shit because it's not built on truth. So you're going to attract people that you can't trust. The experiences that play out are going to tell you not to trust yourself. And it's because, again, that God part of self is the higher self, which is intuitive. So it does take into consideration emotions as it takes in consideration logical, analytical, and everything. Because God is all knowing. It sees everything from every perception, and we have that energy inside of us. But the problem is, again, growing up in an environment where you're constantly told you're not good enough, that there's something wrong with you. And that's what I'm feeling with your person. So they continually like are sabotaging themselves. Now, this could have been you a long time ago. So you have great empathy and sensitivity for this person, is what I'm feeling. Like there is a very strong spiritual connection of unconditional love. Because again, that energy is God. We can't manipulate it. We can't destroy it. We can't, it just is. It's the energy of the universe because the universe is God. God is universe that is ubiquitous, and it's ubiquitous meaning it's everywhere. It's everywhere, and its job is to work through us. That's that supernatural power that we can see when we're manifesting and co-creating with our creator. So, right, we don't need to be perfect. We need to, again, is how much heart we're putting into something, and we become something, where I don't believe that your person ever became anything except for what they were told to become. And this is why they don't come from the higher self, come from the ego, continually make bad decisions, continually get in their own way, stuck in addiction. Because if you don't like yourself, because you don't like what you're manifesting, well, it's like, why do I want to be present? Why would I want to take care of myself? I don't love myself. That's your person. So I believe that your person is a little bit of a narcissist. And I say that because I feel like they look for people to make them feel whole. And it's through, again, a perception, which it's the ego, and it's not real. It's based on, you know, if you have a great job, if you look good, if like all these superficial things, which, understand when you really are vibing high, those things happen, but it's not, it's because you attract it, you become it, not through superficial ways where you obtain it for a very limited amount of time, but you're not consistent enough, so you can never really hold on to it. And so, like I said, it's like I just feel like your person is like is very wounded. Now, these we needed to look at that, but let's look at the hidden truths, how what this person really feels on an emotional level. Now, that doesn't really mean that they're aware of it. It's going to come across as analytical for this person, but it's their hidden truths. Because if this person has a lot of shadows, they are not coming from their true self. They're definitely coming from their persona. And so what they do is not really in alignment with what they say. So that's why you might be like, oh, everything that you say is full of shit. It's like, well, in that person's mind, it's like, it's truth. I wish I could share my good news with you. I feel like you made such an impact on this person's life. I feel like you came into this person's life like a whirlwind, and you don't do anything that makes sense to this person. Like they don't really understand your job. They really don't understand like your relationship. If you were dating someone in the past, they don't understand. And they also don't understand how they misjudged reading you. And you seem so mysterious to this person, which I believe that source's way. The source always brings people into our life that we need to learn, right? Otherwise, how would we learn about, yin energies and yang energies, and how to compromise so that we can actually integrate some of that energy into us so that we can become whole? I mean, it's through these karmic mates, and it's through these soul mates, because there is unconditional love there. And so, your person, you influenced this person. You made this person look at themselves, and they don't like what they see. So I feel like they're still changing things on the outside, like maybe they moved, but nevertheless, they moved away from certain people that were keeping them bound to, again, that consciousness, that level of consciousness of feeling non-deserving. I feel as if they're investing more within themselves, not jumping into another relationship, but trying to find themselves because they feel like you would appreciate that and that they have changed. But they don't want to come to you and say that because then they would want to be in a relationship and then they would form another attachment. And they don't trust themselves yet. They don't want to lose themselves in this connection. So, and there's anxiety. And this person also doesn't know. Like they're on their healing journey. But do they know exactly what it looks like? No. But they're excited to like be on it finally. You are the best thing in my life. Like that's what I said. It's like you influence this person. I think that you were the best thing in this person's life because you were really truthful to this person. And even though it created consequences for you, where this person didn't talk to you, they gaslighted you, they rebelled against what you said, because again, the ego will do that. The ego will say, I'm not having that because that's who we are. And if we say that that's not who we are, then who the fuck are we? And if I can't figure it out, then we're dead. And the mind is all about survival. That reptilian mind, that left brain analytical part of our mind, that yang part of our mind, which is very masculine, by the way. So I mean, this could be a woman, but I'm really feeling like it's a guy, and it was a guy that was raised by like a very imbalanced male, where that male had no yin energies, and it was like, very conservative, very you need to like men play this part, women play this part. You're not supposed to show emotions. Don't be weak. Don't be sensitive. Don't be this. Don't be that. And this person was a highly sensitive person. And I feel like their environment made them more sensitive because they were terrified of that parent. And that parent made them feel inadequate. That parent made them not feel good enough. That parent made them feel shame. And so this is why they have so many attachments. This is why they have so much, again, addiction. And you could be someone that, again, had this energy at one point. And so, again, from the outside, the person looks beautiful. They're attractive. They could even have a good job because, again, that analytical mind knows how to do that kind of stuff. It's good with working with money. It's good with, business, good with structure. It's good with, again, the bones, making bones. But there's no creativity. There's no passion for life comes from that creative part of the mind, comes from the yin part of the mind, which is, again, intuitive, creative. It's where the creative genius is. So I feel like this person is drawn to you because you have that type of energy and you were different. So like you were someone that like is a free spirit. Like you said, they never witnessed anyone that lived that way. Like you say what you mean and you don't give a shit like where, how. You're confident, you're unique, you're beautiful, like you rock this person's world. And that is really what I felt. I love you. Yeah, but look at what we see here. We see a bunch of shit. So we see a lot of cognitive dissonance going on here, which is extreme, paradoxal, which is, so the person's really winds up fighting themselves and is all over the place. And I think we could all, relate to that, All right, show us some more hidden wisdom. Show us some more hidden wisdom. Map, exploration, finding their way. So it's, again, unknown destination. Like I said, this person is healing. They're finding themselves. They're finally finding out what they like, what they don't like. And what they're seeing is that you're in alignment with that. I just feel as if they kind of like did a lot of damage to the relationship. And there's a part of them that's like, I don't know even how to deal with this. And I feel like there's a part of them that's like, I'm trying to heal myself and then possibly I'll get the guidance that I look for, which again, this person's moving more into the right side part of their brain, again, because they're like, they can't logically figure it out. So it's like, I feel like they're turning to God, a higher power. That could be just whatever their God is, you know, wherever they're going to, wherever they tend to go to get that, to tap in. They should, because they're feeling like powerless and feeling helpless and paralyzed. Paralyzed. Didn't I say that shit? Paralyzed. Remember in the beginning of the video when the video kept freezing and it was like, I feel like the person's paralyzed, like stuck and frozen. And they do, because it's like with you, they don't feel it anymore with life, because I feel like they're making those changes. However, I do believe that when this person should have came back and was should have put in effort was when they were going through that, which was not long ago. It wasn't long ago. Maybe if it was a month that it was that long, which I don't think it's actually even been that long, that your person has gone out and said, let me try and clear my mind. Let me figure out what I really want. Let me try and heal myself. Like, because when I think about you, I freeze. I don't know what to do. Because again, I have a lot of feelings for you. I don't like how I reacted. I know that there's going to be consequence for that. And I don't know, you might reject me altogether and I'm in a weak state. So if I come to you and you tell me to go shit in my hat, I might like not be able to take it, because like I said, this person is like, finally has a little bit of guts to go out on their own and figure out what they want without getting into an attachment, into, you know, falling into addiction, to actually figure it out, to do something different. Where I feel like if your person went from one relationship into another relationship, it was just addictive behavior straight across the board. And it's like, again, because, and what happens is like, look at this, it's like, and it created a big mess. A big mess. And this is that, right? Problems, hassle. But the thing is, this person wants to work it out with you. They see that they created problems within this connection. And it would be a little bit of a hassle to come back. But I'm feeling like it's like, no, this person, like their life, because this person had addictive behavior, addiction behavior, which is again codependency. I'm going to go from one relationship into another relationship, into another relationship, into another relationship, and the same type of experiences played out. And this because they have these spiritual blocks that they've never healed. So it's literally what I channeled in the beginning. So it's like, you might be like, why isn't this person coming back? It's like, because they know that they have to do the work. I know the universe works in mysterious ways, but sometimes I judge this situation instead of surrender to it. Yeah, because they're like, not just judging the situation with you and them, but I'm feeling like judging their life. Like that the universe, like there's a sense that they know. And then I also feel like in the beginning, you triggered this person. It's like they have feelings, but it was more like trigger in a place where they always felt not good enough, always felt like a lacking, but it wasn't because of you. That was because of, again, they were wounded. So like, again, when a person's not healed and they keep manifesting the experiences that they don't like, they would not want to actually learn, right? That it's like they don't, what happens is you get stuck and frozen and you begin to live on autopilot instead of saying, hey, how am I contributing to this? This person was like, why does this keep happening? I feel like I'm a good person. Why does the same thing keep happening? And I think we've all been there also, like when we continue to live certain karmic themes, which we all do. Some of us more than others. If you don't have guidance and you didn't have support and you don't have love and you didn't have anyone to mirror, to watch, to display those behaviorisms, you wouldn't know. When I let myself go deeper into thought of you, I can feel my heart opening. And this person wants to return to love. This person wants to return to love. It's like, it's just, they're like trying to figure it out. That's the energy there. It's like they're just trying to figure it out. Their process. So don't sit there and be like, you're behind schedule. It's like you have to let this person have it. But it's again, because that's what creates trust. When we beat up the person and say, you should have, then we close down our heart. And that's, this person is already in that space. So if you want to be with this person, a word to the wise. I am walking home to you. I'm not sure where I am on that path, but I am walking it. So they're figuring it out. That's why I said, if it takes them a little bit longer, you have to look at the big thing. And the big picture is the fact that this person did the work, is doing the work, wants to do things differently. Does that mean that they know how to do things differently? No, but they're attracted to you because you do things differently. Said it all through this reading. It's like you rock their world. And they want to incorporate some of that energy. And maybe Spirit is saying, hey, you need to incorporate some of their energy. Their energy is probably a little bit boring, you know, a little bit more grounding, like again, structure, methodical, you know, that type of jazz, which is important. It's the bones. It's what creates support. This person doesn't have a problem with that, and it's boring. So we have to ask, why did you attract this person into your life? Because some of you will be with this person and some of you won't be with this person by the time that they get to you. That's not really the focal. The focal here is like why things played out the way that they did and why are you attracting this person. Sure, I'll pull one or two cards to see what this person's going to do, but it doesn't really look like the reading wanted to do that. It wanted to like focus more on, hey, this is why this happened. And this is what you need to do, because that's once you see things from a different perception, you're able to, you know, break that karmic cycle. You're able to, again, like have more understanding. Not, I mean, a bind is created when we have anger. You know what I mean? That we don't want to have attachment. We want to be able to like forgive and let go. So even if it's just that, it's like we're able to see it from a different perception. We're able to let it go. So friendship. You know, I always feel like this is such a fake like friendship. Because look at the kid. The kid's got like this like, and then like friendship. It's like, so I feel like you grew up in an environment with people that, you know, claim to be friends, or you could have trauma from friends um, where friends didn't keep you in their life, where you feel like friends abandon you. Friends at its most basic level is intimacy, it's trust. So it might have not been family that betrayed you, it could be like a close friend that betrayed you. And I feel like that happened to your person. So they have a really hard time. It didn't just happen within their friendship. That was actually what their mother or father did. And I'm feeling more the father did that to them. And then what happened is they didn't heal it. And then every single friendship, like it's not really friends. It's like a phony, like friend, which is again, attachment is that, because it's like, hey, listen, I'm with you because of what you have, what things appear, how I can perceive that my life would look with like being a part of that, instead of I want to be with you, like where I'm built when it's I want to be with you because I have love for you, unconditional love. Well, that's again divine energy, which this person feels that way towards you. They see a difference, a genuine difference, and not because you agree with them and everything is the same that they do, and there's a comfortability. It's the exact opposite. And that is what made this person again change. And again, I think and I think that you guys could at least start at a place of friendship to rebuild that intimacy and that trust, because I can guarantee it happened to you too, as it happened to this person. So there's the correlation. Again, oppressed, and someone keeping your energy down, someone again not letting you have your unique unfoldment process. With again, and that's what happened with not just your person, but spirit saying it happened to you too, because you were raised around somebody that was extremely strict and they wanted you to do things their way. So your opinion didn't mean anything. So it's again the child self. We see how the child self goes on to these wounds and how these wounds will play out within who we attract, and then the behaviorisms that are attached to it. Crafts and creativity, but I feel like you found your hobbies, interests, things that you wanted to build on, which let me tell you something, this talks a lot about, like, to me, your youth, your inner child, like definitely childhood, because when do you find yourself in childhood? And if someone was keeping your energy down, then anything that you wanted to get into or try, they were like, no. And even friends, maybe that you wanted to be friends with, they were saying no. And so again, somebody was that. So not all the time are our wounds just blocks. A lot of times we find our gifts, and we find them through our hobbies and our crafts and the things which we love, the things where we lose ourselves in. Right. So that's, and friendship, like I said, is when we learn the basics about trust, intimacy. Friendship is where it starts. Even a parent needs to act like a friend, not like an enemy. And a lot of times parents come across as if they're more like enemy. I know that this is getting so long. I'm sorry. I don't even know how much time, but I did promise to say, well, what is like, and we know that they're working their way back to you. So actually, let's just close it, Spirit says, and we'll pull some last card, like, which is, well, if for those of you that want to be with this person, or even if you don't, what's the takeaway? What is the energy that we can incorporate into our life to balance out our energy a little bit more? Because even if you don't want to be with this person, if you invested time into this person, you would feel a little depleted. You'd feel like, well, I really like this person, but they weren't like good for me. So I knew I had to let them go. But I'm kind of sad about that. You know, what can we do to raise the energy to not feel that way, to not feel as depressed? The card is the calm. I breathe, live, and grow the light within me. I do one thing at a time and focus on the present moment. I cast off my doubts. All fear dissipates, and I find peace in my being. So right now, because this person's like working their way home, you know, they're not back to you. They don't know when they're coming back. They know that they are coming back. So you're not supposed to be waiting. Spirit saying, no, 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 no. You're supposed to be, again, focusing on the present and putting your time in by growing the light within me. And how do you grow the light within you? Well, the light is God, the light is love, unconditional love. How is that going to happen? Well, I'm going to tell you how you do it yourself. It's again through the crafts and creativity. Why? Because you'll connect to different people, situations, and experiences that heal your mind and your heart and will make you, again, not codependent, not feel like you need this person, but but that you want this person. So you'll be able to lay the appropriate boundaries. You'll be strong enough in the relationship to, again, navigate the relationship. Even as a friend, you'll need to do this because this person doesn't really know how to do that. And you may say, I don't want to deal with that. Well, if it's a real soulmate twin flame relationship, you will do that because it's, again, one of unconditional love of God. And you can't really, I mean, you can, but then you'll always wonder and doubt and this and that instead of just being like, let me go and experience what it is without worrying that someone's going to ruin me. This person can't. The only way a person ruins you is if you abandon yourself, is if you become detached. This person coming back to you means they need to do things differently. They know that. They're coming to you because they see, I like the way that your life runs. I like what your life looks like. Yes, I'm attracted to you, but I like the whole package. That energy is okay. When it's not okay is when they say, I like everything that you have and I'm going to benefit from that. I want to be with you because look at that job, look at this, look at that. That's, again, a dependency instead of, I like the whole package and maybe this person can actually teach me. I'm going to learn from them. There's an openness, like this person wants to do things your way from here on out. And it's because they see you get good results and you're happy and they're not happy. And there's nothing wrong with that. And as I said, twin flame relationship also means that when they finally come in, guess what? They'll be bringing an energy that you most likely need because that's how God does it. One person doesn't just benefit. The whole point of transmutation is that we are taking the negative energies that are inside of us and through love and passion and the art of creation and the art of the real sexual passion, we're able to create fire. And that fire is what transmutes negative energy. And you're creating. They see life is happening for you. And they like what it looks like. So you stay in the calm. And by staying in the calm, you're keeping your head, mind focused on what you want and not what you're afraid of. And that is how you let Jesus per se take the wheel. It's how you let the universe take control. It's how you live your bliss. It's how you, again, march to your own drum. There's a million different ways to say it. It's the way that you do things right, though. It's the way you stay in a place of unconditional love and high vibe. I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. I hope you resonated. And if you did, don't forget to write the word of the video in your comment bar, which was, again, neglect and self-neglect. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.